Chapter 8. Possession. Thien scanned both sides of the road as he rode, just like the old man had described. Soon he spotted it, an alley flanked by two tall frangipani trees. Parked beneath one of them was a dusty motorbike, likely a Lars. Thien turned and sped into the rocky, uneven alley. No homes in sight, just rows of flower gardens and bonsai trees. True to the village's name, An Tho was known for its ornamental plants. About 200 meters in, he reached the gate of the Vu family ancestral shrine. The gate was guarded by two large stone lions, their presence as imposing as the family's reputation. But the wooden beams and pillars were charred, scars from a fire long past. Thien parked the bike and ran inside. The courtyard bore blackened walls and crumbling bricks, the aftermath of that tragic blaze. Amid the ruins, he spotted something on the ground. A child's wool hat. He recognized it immediately. The night before, when helping Thien keep his soul tethered to his body, Thien had seen that very hat resting beside the boy's pillow. Thien, where are you?" Thien shouted on purpose, hoping to startle La into stopping whatever madness she was up to. He remembered what Xuan had told him. La's son, drowned in the pond behind the shrine. Heart pounding, Thien bolted toward the back. There, beneath the wooden bridge spanning the algae-covered pond, he spotted La. She was wading into the water, with Thien in her arms. "Hey, you crazy witch! Put the boy down!" Thien's voice cracked in disbelief. Thien was unconscious. If La let go now, he'd drown. Realizing his mistake, Thien ran faster, correcting himself. "Bring him back to shore, now!" La didn't respond. She kept walking deeper, water rising up to Thien's chest. A blank, eerie smile spread across her face. Her eyes were void of life. She looked down at Thien lovingly, almost tenderly, and whispered, "Son, Mommy brought your favorite friend to play. Isn't that nice? Now you'll never be lonely again." Splash. The water rippled violently. Thien had leapt in. He swam toward her, grabbed the collar of her soaked shirt, and yanked her back. "You crazy bitch. Give him here." He managed to pull Thien into his arms, cradling the boy's head above water. But La didn't fall. She simply stood there, staring. And in that moment, her face looked more inhuman than anything Thien had ever seen. She blocked his path. Her arms spread wide, her eyes rolled white, fingers curled like claws, teeth grinding with a sickening creak. Her voice scraped through the air like metal. "You can't live." Thien shivered. Whether from the cold or her monstrous face, he couldn't tell. Something about her smelled rotten, like decay rising from her very skin. She's not right. She's not even human anymore. Weighed down by the soaked boy, Thien couldn't risk a direct confrontation. If he dropped Thien now, there'd be no saving him. He made a decision. Thien turned, hoisted Thien onto his back, and began wading toward the opposite bank. He knew how to swim. He'd grown up near a river used for irrigation, spent his childhood swimming, diving, catching snails. He could handle this. As he moved, the water only reached his neck, not as deep as Xuan had claimed. Probably deep for kids, but not for someone like Thien. Almost there. "I don't even need to swim," he thought. "I'll just walk across." He turned to glance behind him. La hadn't moved. She just stood there. But something felt off, deeply off. Then he heard it. He froze mid-step. Is she laughing? He turned again. La hadn't moved, but her face twisted into a grotesque smile. Her eyes were still white, hair dripping wet. Her body, her expression, everything about her was wrong. "She's not chasing me. Why the hell is she laughing?" A deep dread clawed at Thien's spine. Something was coming. He could feel it. The air was too still, the sky too grey, the pond too quiet. Then, splorch, splorch. Behind him, La suddenly bent over. Her head plunged into the water. Her arms reached deep beneath the pond's surface. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bubbles rose behind him, dozens of them, like something was coming up. Then, grab! A cold, slimy hand latched onto Thien's ankle. What the? He stumbled. Grab! Another hand clamped onto his other leg. Slap, slap, slap. Now dozens of hands. Hands that didn't belong to the living. Hands that dragged, pulled, anchored him to the mud below. La's gone, Thien screamed in his head. Where the hell did she go? His grip on Thien tightened, but the boy's weight dragged heavier and heavier. The water rose to his chin. Yank! In a sudden jerk, something pulled Thien under. He kicked, flailed. Mud and water clouded his vision. His lungs screamed for air. Somewhere above, the surface blurred. He tried to push up, to breathe, but the weight, the cold, the hands, and then she was there. La, just her head bobbing above the water, eyes wide and white, hair plastered to her skull. She grinned. He. Got you. He. Her arms burst from the surface, grabbed Thien by the shoulders, and shoved him deeper. Below, the ghostly hands kept pulling. He couldn't move, couldn't breathe. He felt Thien slipping off his back. Under the murky water, Thien's eyes caught glimpses, hands dragging the boy away. He couldn't stop it, couldn't even scream. The cold gripped his chest. His vision tunneled. The world faded. And the last thing he thought was, that stupid soul-binding talisman got me killed. Chapter 9. The Gift. Suddenly, beneath the dark waters of the pond, a brilliant light burst from Thien's body. It wasn't ordinary light. It shimmered with 5 radiant hues, piercing the murky depths, pushing away the black silt and terrifying the shadowy hands that had been dragging him down. The spirits recoiled, retreating into the darkness like mist under sunlight. Thien's eyes flew open. His body felt weightless. He reached for Thien, grabbing the boy's arm and swimming upwards with newfound strength. The grotesque hands reached after them, but the light radiating from Thien's body kept them at bay. Splash, whoosh. Thien broke the surface, gasping for air, his chest heaving. He cradled Thien tightly, lifting the boy above the water. His hand pressed to the boy's chest. The heart still beat. He's alive, Thien panted. Thank God, he's alive. But then, give him back to me. Thien whipped around. La was still there, bobbing in the centre of the pond. Her hair plastered to her skull, her face contorted with rage. Her eyes were rolled back white, her growl animalistic. She looked less human than ever, more beast than woman. Just as Thien had feared, she wasn't done. She let out an unearthly scream, eyes wide, hands clawed and caked in mud, lunging through the water toward him. Give me back my son, I'll kill you. Thien didn't wait. With no more spirits holding him down, crossing the pond felt effortless. His legs cut through the water, his arms holding Thien, like he weighed nothing at all. Oddly enough, Thien felt stronger, like something inside him had awakened, but La followed, splashing, screeching, snarling. Is she even human anymore, Thien wondered, or something else entirely? He didn't look back. He just needed to get Thien to land. Oof! With one final push, Thien reached the opposite bank. He hoisted Thien onto the grass and began to pull himself up. But La lunged again, grabbing his ankle with both hands. Her eyes bulged white. Her voice shrieked, "Give me my son. I'll kill you. But the moment her hands touched Thien's skin, her palms began to sizzle, like they were being burned by boiling water. Steam rose. She howled in agony. Ah! Thien twisted his body and kicked her square in the face. Smack. His footprint landed dead center on her nose. She toppled backward, falling into the pond. Thien grinned. That's what you get, witch. He pulled himself up, grabbed Thien, and carried the boy away from the muddy bank. When he turned back, La was thrashing violently in shallow water. The pond barely reached her knees, yet she was flailing like someone drowning in deep sea. Help! Help! She cried, arms flailing, voice cracking. Mud splattered everywhere. She looked genuinely terrified. Thien paused, watching her with narrowed eyes. That's when he saw them. Dark, shadowy hands, rising from the water once more. Only this time, they weren't after him. They were pulling La down. So that's why she looked like she was drowning in shallow water. Thien thought grimly. She got what she deserved. You reap what you sow. He turned to leave, but her voice followed him. Help me. Please. Help me. Splash. Gurgle. Please. I don't want to die. Thien's fist clenched. His brows furrowed, jaw tight. Then he set Thien down gently on the grass. With a frustrated grunt, he turned back and dove in. Splash! He grabbed La and pulled her up. The moment his hand touched her, the dark hands beneath vanished like smoke in the wind. She gasped violently, choking, coughing up mud and water. Her hair was tangled with algae, her nose and ears filled with black sludge. Thien dragged her to shore and dropped her on the grass. What the hell is wrong with me? He muttered. Why the hell did I just save someone like you? He turned on her, anger burning in his voice. That boy did nothing to you, and you tried to kill him again and again. What kind of person does that? Are you even human anymore? La coughed, crawling on hands and knees. She looked pitiful, defeated. Her eyes, once rolled white, now looked normal again. Tears welled up. She looked toward Thien, who was still lying motionless on the grass. I didn't mean to. My son. Why did it have to be him? Why my son? Her sobs echoed through the trees. Thien's voice was stern. We all grieve, but wishing death on another child, that makes you the villain. That family trusted you, loved you, and you betrayed them. You didn't just try to kill a boy, you tried to destroy the only people who ever cared about you. He turned back to Thien, knelt beside him, and checked his breath. The boy was alive, but still unconscious. Thien noticed something faint, barely visible to anyone else. A black mist, thin and wispy, clinging to the boy's skin. Tainted energy, Thien thought, just like what was wrapped around La earlier. His grandfather had once called it evil chi. The night before, Thien had seen something trying to rip Thien's soul from his body. Using a strange new ability, Thien had stabilized it. Then, after destroying the cursed doll, that same energy had surged into Thien himself, somehow absorbed. It all happened by chance, but whatever it was, he could feel it now, a power growing inside him, one he didn't fully understand. Thien muttered, maybe, if I draw this darkness out of him, he'll wake up. He wiped his hand clean of mud, then gently placed his palm on Thien's forehead. Immediately, he felt something pull into him. No one else could see it, but Thien felt it clearly. A cold, foul mist was being sucked from Thien's body into his own. It happened faster than before, faster than when he had absorbed the energy from the cursed doll. He opened his hand. His palm was covered in black smoke. Suddenly, Thien jolted upright. He gasped, eyes wide like waking from a nightmare. Confused, the boy blinked. He saw Thien but didn't recognize him. Then he saw La, covered in mud, hair a mess, face twisted like a banshee. And yet, "Grandma La," he cried. He ran toward her, tears welling in his eyes. "Are you okay? Did that guy hurt you?" Thien rushed forward to stop him, but Thien grabbed a clump of dirt and hurled it at him. "Stay away from her, get lost, leave her alone." To Thien, La was the kind old lady who gave him candy, brought him toys, helped his family when they were in need. No one had told him about her rage, her madness, her almost murder. He only saw her as someone he loved, and he wanted to protect her. Thien stood still. Behind the boy, La was sobbing, shoulders shaking. Thien clung to her, whispering, "Don't cry. I'm here, Grandma La. I'm here." The rain had stopped. The sky began to clear. Sunlight pierced the grey, spreading warmth across the earth. The shadows faded. The air felt lighter. And under that gentle sunlight, Thien saw something strange. The dark mist surrounding La was slowly fading. She held Thien tightly, her voice trembling. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Thien. I was wrong." Thien stood quietly, watching them. Then turned his face to the sky, eyes stinging. He wiped at the corners of his eyes and whispered to himself, "What the hell is this feeling?